So a few weeks back, my brother messaged me asking me if I remembered the name of that bubble gum that came with the free temporary tattoos. For once, I knew exactly what he was talking about, but I didn't remember the name, and that's interesting. How many products can you think of but not name? Maybe one or two imported things at best, but can you imagine if you bought a Coke without knowing what a Coke was? That doesn't happen unless it's meant to. For the record, it's called Marukawa Fusen Bubble Gum. Since I'm scared shitless of the sun, I went out at night and tried to ask people if they remembered what this gum was called. Hi, can you guys tell me the name of this chewing gum by any chance? It used to come with like those tattoos that you put water on and you can stick on. Do you remember it even?
We do remember it.
You remember it though. Do you guys recognize this bubblegum brand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you name it for me?
Fusen.
Oh my god. Somebody actually knows. You're the first one who knew the name of that brand. Hi. Do you guys by any chance recognize this bubblegum brand?
Sorry bro. We are not interested.
No, just asking if you can remember it ever in your life.
Yeah, I
Seeing
remember
it.
that in my childhood time.
Yeah, same. Do you remember the name by any chance?
No.
No, that's the thing. Nobody remembers the name.
Nobody
We're just
remembers.
asking around.
Exactly.
Hi, excuse me. Do you remember this bubblegum brand by any chance?
Yeah. You might get it at this Panwala. He's got good stuff.
I've actually checked with him. No, we're just walking around trying to figure out if anybody remembers the actual name.
Umar. No. I know which one.
Okay.
And it was really nice, and there was this stamping tattoo kind
Yes,
of.
exactly.
Yeah. I don't know the temple. Why don't you Google?
Oh, I have Googled it. I was just walking around asking people because I found that everybody recognizes this but nobody knows its name. Hi, do you mind if I ask you one thing really quick? Do you recognize this chewing gum brand by any chance?
Yeah, I recognize the visual, but I don't remember the name.
I know something. They're gobble gum or something. I don't know.
Came with these tattoos.
With the white is a taste also.
It kind of did have a Dawai jaisa taste.
I can't remember. I've had this. Something gobble gum or something. I don't know.
Hi, sorry, we're just recording something for YouTube. Do you guys remember this bubble gum by any chance?
This type of, yes, but not any particular one.
Okay, it like
I
came
had
with
those
this.
figures in my hand.
Ah, they used to come with those water tattoos.
Yeah, I
that
remember
type of-
you have to rub them and like you just wait for them and all.
Yeah, so thing is everybody knows this bubble gum, nobody knows the name. So we're trying to go around asking people if they kind of remember something.
I don't remember this one.
I also asked a bunch of friends if they remembered the name, and they said they didn't and were worried about the life choices I was making. They staged an intervention for me but forgot to invite me to it. Digging a little deeper into the company that makes this gum, Marukawa Confectionaries, I found that they were hugely popular in India, Pakistan and Iran in the 90s and early 2000s. But over the years, their popularity started declining. The company itself was founded in 1880 frickin' 8 and resides in the town of Nagoya, Japan. My goal is to design a temporary tattoo for them. I think it'd be super cool to work with a brand that has such a iconic aesthetic but is essentially nameless to the common population. Especially a brand that was so commonplace in my childhood, I don't know how to get in touch with them. Their English website was more reminiscent of the 90s than their bubblegum itself, and the Japanese website was more modern, but it was essentially useless for my purposes. It was also somehow affiliated with DreamWorks Animation. I don't know why. I couldn't find an email ID, but I did find a phone number I could call, and I called them, and here's how that went. Hello. Hi, I'm calling from India. Is there any English? Hello?
No.
No English?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. Is there another phone number? For English? No phone number for English? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. I eventually managed to track down an English-speaking employee at the company as well and talked to them, and they gave me an email address that I could reach out to. The email address she gave me was not valid, so I have to figure out another way to contact them. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going to sell this t-shirt on astrovespa.com, and maybe they'll just send a cease and desist notice out to me. Maybe instead of me contacting them, they could contact me. It's still a terrible idea. So reach out to me, Marukawa Confectionaries, and maybe we could work on something that's related to art or design. I'd especially love to work on some temporary tattoos for troubled teens.
Manageable strips that can then go through the extruders. The extruders squeeze each strip down to the actual width of a piece of bubble gum.